What up, boys? We back. Just want to do a quick video. I had a request to just show how to set up the pivot charts. That looks like this. Actually, use all 10 indicators that you're allowed to, which is the pro version of TradingView. And you could probably set this up similarly with other charting platforms. But here's what I do. First thing, you set up the chart. I want to get rid of all the grid lines because they just add to the confusion. You want it nice and clear. All we really care about is where our big levels are, and we just trade the gaps. So we rid of that. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, on appearance, you want to scales text, make it white. So background black, scales text white. Go to the grid lines, opacity, just make it 0. Just make it 0. You have a nice black background here. Change to Helkanashi. The first thing you want to do, if you haven't got the trade at ease algo, go add that in there. First thing. Now you could just leave it like this. You don't really need all those pivots and stuff. Make it easy, but what I do is for the trade algo, I get rid of buy sell labels. I get rid of support and resistance and trend lines. Make it real simple. You can leave entry on or you can leave it off. See what the entry is whenever this first arrow hits, it's always the entry is right after it breaks that previous sentiment. So every single time I've watched this, the entry is just right. It's the next candle underneath the previous sentiment. So this little line here is the sentiment. And so signal here, entry here, and then it'll give you your stop and everything. So it's pretty easy. Sometimes I don't even have that on if I'm doing my own type of trade. So this is basically what it would be like. All right, next. I'm gonna add all the pivots in with the daily, the yearly, weekly, monthly pivots. So all you do is type in pivot and go pivot point standard 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 different versions of it. Each one, so just start with the first one, unclick the historical, and then your pivot's time frame. Just start with daily for this one, and then we'll go historical weekly, and then unclick historical monthly, and unclick historical yearly. And then obviously you need to change the colors of everything. You can just leave the dailies orange if you wanted. Just change all these to just say green. And something I like to do with this is make the mid pivot just big. That way you know where the middle is a little bit. It just kind of pops out at you. So you can see how this is how it's been trading off the middle of the daily pivot today. So you had a couple nice down signals that were that played out. Okay, so moving on. So we gotta hit the monthlies. I don't know, whatever you want to make these. I'm gonna make them like purple or something. Make the middle. The reason you do this just so once you learn your own color scheme, your idea is that you can just look at the chart and you want to make your chart so that you basically just go, okay, this asset or whatever you're charting is it's going to do this. That's what it looks like it wants to do. You want it to be pretty clear to your eyes as far as when you see it. So here's blue for yearly. That's what I like. The yearlies are, and obviously the bigger the pivot, the monthly is going to be more of a support than the weekly, and the yearly is probably going to be your biggest support level or target level even. Then we're going to make the middle there. Okay. So now we're set up with context is what I use these pivots for. I want to know where the asset is trading in relation to its yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily pivot. And then I like to trade off a confluence of supports. So here's a monthly pivot and I was messing around on. off the daily. And here's the middle pivot for the week, right here, this green line. So definitely be, and then that's in support with the daily S3, which S3 is already kind of an oversold support. So you probably could see a bounce here at 1250. You also have psychological 1250, but that's just your own if you want to use that. So it's coming together here. Next, I'm going to add in, obviously want to have VWAP. Let's see, add VWAP in there. Pretty easy. Just to make the source just to close. It's that easy. To the session. And I like it to be white since the background is black. Okay. Yeah. Nice. All right. Next, we need to add in previous month, week, which I found these to be better than the other ones I was using. Previous month, open, high, low, and then previous week, open, high, low, close. So now you'll have levels that are based on, you just change them. Let's just change them to yellow. How about that? You can use as many weeks as you want to here, but I just want to again know context here. Like if I look at the chart, I want to know exactly where it's at on a historical level, and that way you can just kind of see. Because if you look at a bunch of different charts and you're seeing all these different levels, you're saying ETH is at all-time highs, just for example. But then you see XRP is still struggling to get back over its weekly mid pivot, but obviously you want to be in the asset that's at all-time highs at that point. You don't want to be in assets that are, obviously if you're scalping and stuff like that, but you want to try and be in stuff that is relatively strong, to give you an idea of where this stuff is in relation to itself, in relation to its history. So there we go. Now we got weekly. Our monthlies are red. So now we got another support here, which is a weekly support that's coming off of its open, high, low, close. I don't really care. If you care about it, then you can just come in here and say, okay, for the close, I'm just gonna make the closes thicker, right? Or you make the closes like circles. Okay, you can change that around. Right, so that's your own prerogative there. But so give you a little bit more context. The close would probably be a bigger support than just a low or a high. So open would also be another big support. So there's a weekly close coming in that is showing up before the weekly pivot. So you're likely to see some support in this area for ETH. Now monthlies, obviously those are going to be. It's going to be a bigger support level than a weekly, but I don't see any monthlies here. The monthlies are not showing up for some reason, or did I change all those to yellow too? They're all red. Not real sure why the monthlies aren't showing up. Very interesting. So let's get rid of it. Let's add it back in. Come on. Pretty sure they show up on mine. Yeah, so guys, I don't really know. I don't know what's going on with this one. Do I not have short price line? Okay, well, forget about that one. You can add that one if you want. It doesn't really matter. Do you really need the previous month? I don't know. And then do you really need these? The only reason I use this monthly open close is just so I can get the quarterly closes in there. Again, you don't really need that, but quarterly close and open has been something I've seen that gets traded quite a bit. And then obviously your volume profile, I like to add in. I like to add in this session volume right there. It's going to give you an idea of what. So basically this all right here is just going to be a daily candle but then it's going to give you what was traded inside of that daily candle and how, where the point of control is. That's what I really want to know, because this point of control is a big level, at least for the intraday. So you can see where it just kind of hangs out by that. Then it finally broke. So right now it's trading volume-wise. It's at 2 levels here. Here at this point of control, and it's probably going to establish a new point of control down here. We'll see for the day. And that'll give you support levels and things like that for the next day. So again, more confluence of supports and resistances. And what else do I have on here? I think that's it, man. I think that's all you guys really need to mess around with as far as this goes. But and then the next thing is just really just just watch it. You'll see. So I bought ETH here around this area. I don't think it's coming down here. I'll give you my. You had this pretty strong sell signal. You had a huge kind of like washout here, right at this support. So I just said, you know what? I'm gonna buy some ETH here because I think it's gonna at least come back up to this VWAP, if not the daily point of control. Because I mean, it's really oversold. Never set up a new point of control down here. So hopefully this helps you. I would say if you're new to trading or if you're new to just testing this out, you do a paper trade or use the algos, entries and exits. If this ever gets above this previous sentiment, that's going to be another. It's probably going to be another buy signal here soon on ETH, and you could buy here at like 13, 15, 16, and then it'll give you some profit targets. But yeah, there you go. Hope this helps.